I spent 6 months mastering AI agents, and I want to share everything I learned with you. Today, I will show you how to build your first AI agent from scratch with zero coding. So let me show you what we will build together. So this is the AI agent that we are going to build together today. The AI agent simply takes in news information about companies. It is going to summarize the results for us, going to summarize that news. It's going to perform sentiment analysis as well, and it's going to give us a recommendation whether to buy that company, hold or sell. And it's going to also send us an email basically that looks like this. So I should get an email. It's going to tell you let's say Tesla as a company. This is going to be our sentiment, impact score, summary, and AI recommendation as well. So please note that you can build this entire AI workflow without writing a single line of code. So let's go ahead and maybe execute it, and I will share with you how to build it together. So what you see here on the left-hand side, simply I got an Excel sheet, and this Excel sheet is this sheet here. Includes a list of companies, let's say Tesla, Apple, and Nvidia. I also get here the ticker symbol as well, and the priority of that company too. So the AI agent first, I'm going to send a trigger. I'm going to get every single row from that Excel sheet. I'm going to create a loop that is going to go through every single row. I'm going to make a request here, an HTTP request to our news API. And I'm going to share with you how to set it up as well. And basically here, this is the brain behind it, and this is the AI agent. If you actually go ahead and double click on it, here, you should see how we're going to structure that agent. Simply, I'm going to provide here what we call the user message, a prompt to explain to the agent what it actually does when it gets all these news information. I'm going to also provide here a system message as you are a financial news analyst, for example. And the agent's going to simply take that data, summarize it, and then afterwards, it's going to send us an email here, and let's test it out. So if you click on execute workflow, what you see right now is I'm basically getting rows from this Excel sheet. I'm going to call the agent, and I'm going to send emails. And if you go back and click here, you should see all these different emails that came up today. So for example, this is the Nvidia one, and these are the score and summary and so on. And if you go back, you should see here as well Apple, and also we got the third row, which is Tesla. So with that, let's go ahead and start building our AI agent together. All right, so the tool that we're going to use today is called N8N, and it is incredibly powerful, and they made it super easy to build AI agents. You can create a free account, and there is also a ton of templates as well here available for you. So this is an example here of an AI agent that performs specific tasks. And you can scroll down, you should see there are a ton of integrations. So you can integrate it with your email, with your Slack, with a ton of integrations and APIs as well. So what I'm gonna do is you need to first sign up, of course, and then sign in to your account. And here I got N8N up and running. And all you need to do is to click on create workflow, and that is going to open a workflow for you. Click here, the plus. And on the right-hand side, you will see a ton of options. So first, I need a trigger to be able to, let's say, go ahead every single hour. I want you to go get me the news and execute that workflow. So if you go ahead and click here, there are tons of options. There is trigger manually, for example. There is on app event. And there's also on schedule too. So here I'm interested on a schedule, and you can specify, I wanted to run this workflow on every hour. So I'm going to click an hour here. I'm going to say here, just go back, and here we go. So this is our first schedule trigger. By the way, if we haven't met yet, welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Ahmed. I'm a professor and best-selling online instructor with over 500,000 students worldwide. And if you like this video, I've created the world's most comprehensive agentic AI bootcamp covering all about AI agents. I cover every cutting-edge agentic framework available on the planet, including N8N, O2Gen, Crew AI, LangGraph, and OpenAI Agents SDK. Check it out on Udemy today. I've included a discount link below, but it's only available for a few days, so please check it out. With that, let's go back into the video. Next, I would like to provide that Excel sheet that includes all our different companies. So here, I went to Google Sheets. I created a sheet, called it Financial Watch List. And here I made it publicly available as well. And I listed all the different companies. And please note that the tab here, we call it Watch List. And these are the different companies. If you wanted the AI to analyze maybe more than one company, you can add items here to that list. I'm going to get the link here for this sheet, and I'm going to go back to my workflow. You can go ahead here, click plus, and now you can add Google Sheet. So now I'm going to search for sheet. You can see Google Sheet here as one of the options, and there are tons of actions that you can do on that sheet. So what I'm interested in here is I'm interested in getting rows from sheets. So I can say get rows, and you will find that it's actually pretty easy and super intuitive to connect Google Sheets and access them. So what I'm going to do here is I need to give access to N8N to my Gmail account. So I'm going to click on Google Sheet here account, and please note that I've already given access to my Prof. Ryan Ahmed email. This is kind of a dummy email. You can go ahead and create new credentials here, and you can click on sign in with Google. And when you click on it, you need to sign in with your Gmail account. Once you do that, and I'm going to say close, and here I need to specify basically, okay, sheets within documents. This is the source. I'm going to say get rows. And here I just need to specify the URL for that Excel sheet. So I'm going to say get URL. And here I need to specify the URL for that sheet. So this is the URL. And please note that I'm going to attach as well the entire workflow, so you'll be able to go ahead and execute it and run it on your end directly. So here we go. So now I provided the URL to my spreadsheet, and now simply N8N is going to read all the tabs that are included in that Google Sheet. And one of them is, well, watch list. If you go back, this is simply the watch list that we saw here. Okay, this is great. So now I'm going to click on watch list, and I can just simply close that or say execute step. And here we go. So now I was able to have a trigger that's going to work maybe every hour. And every hour is going to go. It's going to simply grab all the rows here in that sheet. Just grab get row, one sample. So, well, I need to loop over it. So I need to create a loop somehow to be able to repeat this workflow multiple times. With that, now I need to go ahead and add a plus here, and you can search for loop, and you should be able to see loop over items here. So if you go ahead and click on it, and you can see that actually start to connect items here. So I actually prefer to delete all of that, maybe delete that as well. And actually I'm going to go ahead and delete this too. And now you can go ahead and connect that to the entrance here of that loop. If you double click on it, you should see that you can specify the batch size, like kind of how many rows you will be able to get every time. And here I'm going to specify just getting one row every time. And this is the done. And this is the loop section. It's like writing a for loop, let's say in Python, for example. Okay, now what I would like to do is I would like to, well, connect our N8N to our news API. And the API that we're going to use is known as news API. So I'm just going to go ahead and search for it. And I'm going to show you the news. So this is what the news API simply look like. You just need to go to newsapi.org. You need to get an API key, and you will need it to give N8N authorization to be able to access this API. Simply all it does, it goes there, it gets you the recent news, and of course you can specify which companies you are interested in analyzing. So if you go back here, I need to specify the API here. So I'm going to say, well, I want to make an HTTP request. So I'm just going to copy that. And you need to make a request there. You need to specify the URL, and this is going to be the URL that we're going to use. And here, I'm going to specify the content. It's going to be generic credential type. Please note that there are so many details Just for the sake of time, I just want to keep it as simple as possible. And next, I'm going to specify the authorization. It's going to be header authorization. Again, there are tons of options here for you. And I'm going to give it access to my account. So I'm going to create new credentials, but here I already gave it my authorization to the API key. And you click on create new authorization here. You need to specify the name. So for example, I'm going to here say this is going to be authorization. And here I'm going to paste the API key that I obtained from the news API. Once you do that, then I already have my API set up. And if you go back here, I already set it up. So I'm just going to select it or use it. So that's simply how you can connect or make an HTTP request. And please note that here I don't need to connect it to the done. I actually need to go back and connect it here to the loop. So if you go down here, okay, this is great. So now I got the Excel sheet, I got my trigger, and here I'm gonna make an HTTP request. All right, so what I would like to do right now is, well, maybe let's go ahead and test out our workflow that we have built so far. So all you need to do is to say execute workflow, and that is going to execute the workflow here for you. And essentially we haven't done much. All I've done here is I was able to get row from the Excel sheet, and I'm going to make an HTTP request. So if you double click on it, now you should see basically what is happening here behind the scenes. On the left hand side, you will see these are the loop over items. There are variables here. You can just simply drag and drop these variables. So again, it's like writing code, but with just drag and drop, right? So that the actual logic you can build here, and you can drag and drop variables without writing like an advanced Python code or any of that. And on the right hand side, you should see the output from that step. On the left hand side, you should see the input. Of course, you can see here there is a schema, there is a table here as well, so you can see the row that has been accessed. And you can see if you click on JSON here, you can see just the same data but in different format. So you can see, for example, here I got Tesla, I got the ticker symbol, and I got also the priority as well. On the right hand side here, you will see the total results. So I got around 6,000 basically results here. And you can see here all the different news that we have been able to get. And this is great. That means we have been able to use the news API to get us news information. Now what I would like to do is I would like to, well, use an AI agent that is going to take all these news information. It's going to summarize it for us, make recommendation, understand the context, and perform sentiment analysis as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to click the plus, and I need to add an if-else statement just to make sure that, well, I actually got data back from the API. The idea is, well, maybe the API call maybe got me void results, or maybe it didn't work and so on. I just need to exit that workflow. You can just click plus, you can just say if here, and you can add the if. And basically here, you need to write an if statement. And again, without writing much code. So on the left-hand side, I just want to see, okay, if you find the total results, so if I actually got feedback or results back from the API, I need to proceed, right? So I'm going to say, well, you can simply drag and drop the total results. And when you drag and drop, now you should see JSON.total results. You can say, well, I wanted to see if it is, let's say, greater than or equal to, and you can select here the options. So for example, you can say it is greater than or equal. So you can see there is greater than or equal, and here I need to specify, well, if it's just maybe greater than 1, this is the if basically condition. You go back, here we go, so now we're good. If it's true, now I need to proceed with the next step. So what I'm going to do next is, well, this is the fun part. I want to actually go ahead and leverage an AI agent. And the AI agent that we're going to build together is going to leverage OpenAI API. So you need to go to OpenAI API platform. You need to create or get a key, and you need to plug that key here to give N8N authorization to access this API. So what I'm going to do here is on the right hand side, you can select an AI agent, and here we go. So now we've got an AI agent, and this is simply what the AI agent look like. So the idea of the AI agent, well, first you need to give it a brain, right? So you can here specify what model that you would like to give it. You also need to give it if you want, memory, so it can remembers what happened in the past. And you can give it also access to tools. So now that AI agent can go, can search the internet for you, can do, for example, here, different analyses, for example, and you can generate here the output, whatever the agent output. You can maybe trigger an email send service to send the recommendation here to your email. So what you could do here is you can click plus, and you need to configure the brain. There are tons of options. You can use open source, let's say DeepSeek chat model. You can select Mistral here. There is XAI Grok. And of course, I'm going to use the OpenAI chat model. So it's going to go ahead and select that. And you need to set up here your OpenAI API key, as I mentioned. So here I already have the OpenAI account and specify the model. Of course, there are tons of models here available. You can select GPT 4.1, or if you'd like to use maybe GPT 5, the latest and greatest one as well. You can stick with GPT 4.1, so here we're good. So now I was able to give the agent a brain, basically. I'm not gonna give it memory, but now I need to here specify what the output should look like from that AI agent. If you double click on it, now you need to specify what that agent is going to do. And the powerful thing is that you can simply explain what the agent is going to do in plain English. Let me show you. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on that icon and I'm going to say define below. And here you're going to specify what the agent is simply going to do, which is you just explain it in plain English. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say require specific output format. So now I'm going to force the agent to generate an output in a JSON format that has 3 or 4 different categories, because I need the sentiment, I need the recommendation, I also need the buy or hold, basically recommendation, if you remember. So if you actually go back to the email, I need 4 different categories. I need the AI sentiment, I need the impact score, I need the summary, and I need the recommendation as well. So I'm going to explain to the agent what the output structure should look like. So if I go back, and here, if you go back here, you will find that when you enable this output structure, you will find that there is an output parser that has been added. So if you go ahead and click plus here, you can specify what the output should look like. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select structured output parser. And here I'm going to specify what the output should look like. So I'm just going to copy what I had here and paste it. So here I'm going to say, well, I need the summary, which is that one of the output fields. I need the sentiment. I also need impact score, and I also need recommendation. And that's pretty much it. Here we go. So now the agent knows what the output structure should look like. If you don't do that, it's going to be really hard to send an email, and you'll get a lot of error messages as well. Okay. So if you go ahead and open our AI agent, this is simply what we need to customize right now. So now I need to give it instructions. So what you are going to do here is you can see here under options, you can add option, and now you can say system message. So the idea here is that in the system message, if you're familiar with OpenAI API, you can simply explain to the agent what its behavior should look like. For example, you can say you are a financial analyst, you can a financial news analyst, and you can give it instructions of what you want the analyst to do. So what I've done here is I simply gave it clear instruction to the agent. So I'm going to say, for example, you are a financial news analyst. I want you to analyze news articles and respond with only a JSON object containing these. And I provided here all the different fields, right? So I need sentiment, I need impact score, and I also need recommendation as well, and the summary too. So here I explained to the agent what I wanted basically it to achieve. All right, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to specify what the user message look like. So the idea is that system message, think of it as the behavior. You're setting the behavior of the agent. And now the user message, well, it should include what company that we are interested in analyzing, and also all the news as well that we have been able to obtain from the news API. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to copy the prompt and I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to walk you through it. So here I'm going to say company, And the company name, well, it's gonna come from our Google Sheet, if you remember. So if you actually go here on the left-hand side, you would see that here I got rows in sheet. And here I got the company name, for example, right? So if you could just simply drag and drop that variable from here to here, this is going to be the company name that you're gonna get every time you run this loop. So for example, I'm gonna get Tesla, I'm gonna get NVIDIA, and so on. Recent news articles, and now I need to get all the articles that I obtained from the news API. And this is simply what you see here. I got json.articles.map, and here, because I got multiple news articles, specifically around Tesla, this is going to be the input to our AI agent. And this is pretty much it, really. So click on execute step. Now the agent is going to run. And here we go. Now we should be able to see the output from the agent. I got the summary here, for example. I got the sentiment, which is neutral. I got impact factor at 6 and recommendation as well as hold. Tesla's innovation in autonomous tech offers growth potential, for example, and so on. So this is amazing. So now I was able to get news information. I was able to feed it to the agent to get 4 different fields. Now to the fun part, and now I need to send an email to me every hour. So let me show you. So now we go ahead and click that plus sign, and now you can say Gmail, and there is a Gmail option here. All I need to do is to send a message. So you can just say send a message. And now, of course, you need to give N8N authorization to your Gmail account. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to here specify the Gmail account. And of course, if you don't have access, you need to give it access. So you can say create new credentials, and you can sign in with your Google account. Okay, so once you do that, now I need to specify, well, I'm going to have a resource going to be a message. I need to send it. I need to specify where I'm going to send it. So here I'm going to say, for example, it's going to be my email. Okay, and this is a dummy email. And here, all I need to do is, well, I need to specify first a subject line in the email. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say today's news alert. And here I need to specify the day, today's date. So I'm going to say now to format, and I'm going to format it as a month, day, and year. Okay, that looks great. I'm going to specify here what the output should look like. And if you are not familiar with front-end development, this is simply what the output here would look like. So all I'm doing here, and please don't worry about it. Again, I'm going to provide all that to you here. But the idea is I need to format what the email, basically, I want to make it kind of visually appealing. So here you are specifying the headers, for example. And here I need to specify the name of the company. If you go back to the email, just to share with you, I need to give it, first of all, AI news analysis. I need to specify the name of the company, let's say Tesla. And if you go back, this is simply what you see here. And these are all the different headers here within our email. Next, I specify the sentiment. If you remember, I have 4 fields. So json.output.sentiment, that will be the second one. json.output.impact score, third one. And then json.output summary. And the recommendation is going to be the 4th one. And these are all the different 4 fields that we will get. Everything looks great. If you're happy with it, you can just say execute step. And now you should get here an output confirmation that this node has been executed successfully. And this is great. That means an email has been sent. And if I go back here, hopefully you should see an email that is being sent. And here we go. Amazing. Congratulations. Now we have been able to build an entire workflow, pretty much less than, let's say, 15 or 20 minutes, that is able to get news information, give me a recommendation, and also send me an email as well. Please note that here, this is the kind of final workflow that I'm going to include or provide to you. All I've done here is just include the kind of close the loop. So whatever here output's going to be fed back here again. And I'm going to loop here maybe for 3 times because I need to go through every single company that I got in that Excel sheet. That's it. That's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to give it a like and turn on the notification bell. I've got a lot of practical AI tutorials coming your way. And don't forget to join our AI community where you can grab the prompts, slides, code scripts, and connect with others building the future of AI. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.